Good morning, everyone. On behalf of our District Attorney, Mr. Terry Palacios, we want to welcome everyone to our 8th Annual No Refusal Labor Day Press Conference. We're going to hear from some speakers today, and we want to thank every single person that's here for this annual event that we host. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce our District Attorney, Mr. Terry Palacios.
Good morning. First of all, I would like to start by thanking every one of y'all for being here to give out such an important message to our community. We are gathered here to inform the public that during the Labor Day weekend, we will be joining forces with law enforcement, which includes almost all our cities are being represented here in Hidalgo County to combat an ongoing issue of impaired driving. This will be our 8th annual No Refusal campaign. It will commence on August the 31st at midnight and end on September 4th at midnight. Labor Day should be a holiday that should be festive. Instead, it's become a weekend that has a reminder of death and tragedy. We've had over 12 deaths in the last 2 years for intoxication. This holiday has been one of the most deadliest and often committed and yet preventable of crimes. Driving while impaired has a serious problem in our county. During this weekend, our campaign will focus on law enforcement in searching for impaired drivers to deter people from driving impaired. This campaign is not about how many arrests we can do. It is about deterring the public from drinking while impaired, to keep our public roads safe. With this campaign, drivers who are suspected of being under the influence of alcohol or drugs will be required to submit to a blood sample. This cannot be possible without our judges, which will be cooperating with our county this weekend. They will sign search warrants, and nurses will be on standby to help facilitate the drug law. This initiative will help enhance the ability to prosecute impaired drivers. Our message is clear. If you're going to celebrate, please have a plan. It is vital that you plan before you celebrate. We have no issues of people celebrating Labor Day, but have a plan. Get a designated driver. Get public transportation. Get a taxi. Get an Uber. Get a Lyft. It is that easy. In closing, I want to be clear that we're about our community. Yes, we are focused on making our streets safer through this design, but we need the community to ultimately make the decision to drive safely as well. Again, I want to thank all of you and our partners here for being here today. I also want to thank the media for being here. With your assistance, we'll be able to get this message out. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Palacios. Now we have our guest speaker, Ms. Analicia Zarate, and she is a survivor, and she will join us for today's press conference.
Good morning. Thank you guys for being here. My name is Analicia Zarate. I currently live and work in Edinburgh, and I'm here to share a bit of my story. We hear statistics, we hear numbers, but this is my life. Our crash happened November 12th, 2000. We were leaving Edinburgh on our way to Mission when a drunk driver headed northbound hit our vehicle in the front driver quarter, instantly killing my mother at the scene. This was 23 years ago. I was 4 years old. Today, I turned 27. And it is still something that I carry with me every single day. I do these conferences and these public speakings to bring awareness to our community that this is something that does happen. If it hasn't happened to you, it will happen at some point in our lifetime. Statistics are high, unfortunately. I've grown up in Edinburgh, but I've also lived in other parts of the state. But this is home. I'd like to consider Hidalgo County, the Valley in its entirety, a close community. And so conferences like this, it's to bring awareness to the issues that we have and keeping everyone accountable for their actions, not only this weekend. Thank you to law enforcement and the judges who are going to be assisting this weekend in particular. But this is an issue that we have. Unfortunately, there is not a day or time of day that is safe, unfortunately. So our crash happened, for example, on a Sunday night on our way home from church. So all I ask is that, like the DA mentioned, there's a way to plan ahead. Get a designated driver, use public transportation, ride-share services are openly available. We would like to keep everybody on our roadways safe. So before getting behind the wheel, or if you're around somebody who has been partaking in consuming alcohol or any other substance, that you be a voice and an assistance to myself as well, that you think of me this weekend and assist me in keeping our roads safe for my family and for yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Zarate. Now we're going to have Sergeant Maria Montalvo from the Texas Department of Public Safety.
Good morning. Ms. Zarate, thank you, and thank you for being with us here this morning. Thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for being a light to others. My condolences to you. The Texas Department of Public Safety, along with the Hidalgo County DA, Terry Palacios, Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office, and law enforcement agencies from throughout the Rio Grande Valley, with support from Mothers Against Drunk Driving, TxDOT, and others, will enforce a no refusal weekend starting Thursday, August 31st through Monday, September 4th. This multi-agency law enforcement effort aims to reduce DWI-related traffic crashes in the area. Driving under the influence is a 100% preventable crime. For the most part, law enforcement personnel here present this morning all have a story to tell regarding a DWI-related crash that has left a disturbing impact within. DWI is a horrific monster. I'll repeat that again. It's a horrific monster. It's evil, and it's roaming our streets and taking innocent lives. As Texans, we need to stand together to end this deadly crime. Our law enforcement personnel will continue working aggressively and diligently to arrest intoxicated drivers. DPS, we have zero tolerance for DWI. So rest assured, we will stop, arrest, and you will go to jail. A law has gone into effect September 1st of this year, targeting drunk drivers who kill parents of young children. This new law will require someone convicted of manslaughter to pay child support if they kill a parent of a young children. These payments will last until the child is 18 years of age. This is also known as the Bentley's Law. I'm going to share some statewide stats with y'all. On average, we lose one person in Texas every 7 hours and 17 minutes because of an intoxicated driver. Last year in Texas, 1,203 people were killed in drunk driving crashes. Also last year, 27% of all Texas traffic fatalities involved drivers under the influence of alcohol. Some of the local stats that we gathered from TxDOT, and I need to give credit to Ray Pedraza, and I don't see him in the room. In FAR TxDOT district in 2022, there were 1,310 DUI alcohol-related traffic crashes, resulting in 49 fatalities and 130 serious fatalities. Also in FAR TxDOT district, during the 2022 Labor Day holiday, there were 20 DUI alcohol-related traffic crashes, resulting in no fatalities and 3 serious injuries. Thank you to all the troopers that are here present. Thank you, Captain, for being here. Thank you, Lieutenant, for your support. DPS troopers will coordinate their efforts with local officers and deputies to increase patrols in and around Hidalgo County. During the no refusal period, motorists arrested for driving while intoxicated who refuse to provide a breath sample will be served with a search warrant and be required to submit to evidentiary blood draws. DPS reminds the public to plan and make travel arrangements before they start drinking. Designate a sober driver or call a ride-share service to get you to your event and back home safely. Never let your friend drink and drive or ride with an intoxicated driver. The Texas Department of Public Safety would like to thank our DA. Thank you, sir, for his relationship, leadership, and support in keeping Hidalgo County safe and holding those who place the community in danger by drinking and driving. On behalf of the Texas Department of Public Safety, thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant. And now for our closing remarks, our District Attorney, Mr. Terry Palacios.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I wasn't aware of the closing remarks, but here I am, and I am going to close. Thank you, judges. I know I've done this from Edinburgh, and I know it's hard to get up in the middle of the night and get those warrants. Thank you, police officers, all the agencies. We need to. My goal in Hidalgo County is to have a no refusal county. We need to go to that. We need to start changing how people think. You know, it's so simple to get a designated driver. We just need to change how it's, you know, it always reminds me of the seatbelt law when it first came into effect. You know, everybody had an issue putting on a seatbelt. Now it seems that everybody puts on their seatbelt. You know, that's where we've got to get to in reference to a DWI. You're in a bar, you drink a beer or two, hey, get a designated driver. We can change, we can do this. And together as a community, together with law enforcement, together with our judges, together with our nonprofits, we can make this change. Thank you for showing up, guys. I know it's going to be a tough weekend. Go get them. Thank you.